Keshe. Of course, that popped up again recently, and people are asking me, is it valid, is it not? And my stance has always been, when he puts out valid machines or gadgets that actually work, then fair enough. It's what we all want. But my concerns over him is he's never really produced anything. What is it, 4 or 5 years now? Now, recently I've received emails from people who have bought certain items from Keshe, and it turns out none of them worked. Now, that doesn't mean to say all of them don't work, but it kind of reaffirms my suspicions about Keshe and his gadgets. There should have been a plethora of these working items out by now. And yeah, I'm getting emails saying, I bought this, I bought that, supposed to reduce your electricity output. It didn't. And they're having difficulty getting refunds. Let's get these last two pieces out. One which was requested in an email. I posted an article this week of various places around the world that highlighted in stark terms, oh boy was it stark, the difference in living conditions between the haves and the have-nots. A plethora of places globally where a thin, very defined wall divided you from nice living to abject slums. Now, the key to changing that is those in the nice living areas demanding those on the other side of the wall be housed in a civilised manner. But is it not the case that too many whose lives are reasonably comfortable have ignored the evils of the world because their life is fine? But one lost job, one medical issue, or one bad accident puts you on the other side of that wall. That's the reality. So the world of living for everyone is balanced precariously, and that should be a driving force for us all. We can't all continue to believe it's okay if it happens somewhere else or to somebody else. And it's important whether it's an American, a British, Muslim, Russian, African or a native. There's no distinction. You can't sit by and live on reasonable properties and watch other people on the other side of a wall in total slums, thinking, well, your life's okay. We've all done it to a certain degree, and I'm no different. But we can't carry on doing it. Because it was up to them, we'd all be on the other side of the wall. But we're not. Last piece, before we go into a music break. But it's to do with the veil. It comes under many names. Magnetic field, overlay frequency, psychotic AI, and simulation. Now my stance is it's gone, or faded to a point of non-interference. We are only experiencing the memory of it, not the actual system. Those who choose to hold on to the memory are holding on to the control system. A case of give it energy and it comes to you, don't, and it's not there. It's a bit like making a curry-based meal. The meal, the dishes, the pans are all gone and clean, but the smell lingers on for days or weeks. You know, it's the same thing. A further example is from one of the concentration camps in World War II. All the guards had left and the gate was open, and yet the prisoners stayed there for a number of days or weeks. Why? Because people are terrified of change and prefer to be stuck in the damaging cycle of victimhood syndrome. Now, to me, all that went down around 2014 through 2015, which is why things have improved since. On many levels. Look at the disclosure we've had. And this is why the CERN project was important to them. That failed as well. You know, I lost count the number of times of doomsday posts and worried questions about CERN we answered back in Cosmic Voice. But every answer came back was, ignore it. But isn't it funny how it's hardly been mentioned since August 2015, which was before Simon Parkes did his Come By Our session. Barely a mention, because it went down permanently. Now, I was in the fortunate position to experience or sense some of it, but those are my experiences and my feelings, but they're not the experiences of everyone. So this is why there are some who believe it exists and some who don't. But it's time to create a new reality and a new future or you can stay fixed in the loop, the veil, the simulation, the psychotic AI. Pick your poison, or choose your new path. It all comes down to what you believe in, not what I believe in. In the end, nothing else matters.